I am not a fan of Joe. I do not like Joe. I'm like Drake. I do not like Joe Budden. I do not like him at all. Joe Budden show, Complex, Everyday Struggle, they're all bashing Kanye, and you could tell they're all doing follow the leader here with this one. These people on these hip-hop shows, they're not the best men and women for the jobs. I've studied these shows. I've studied Breakfast Club. I've studied Everyday Struggle, all of Joe Budden shows. These people are not the people that should be speaking to all the people. They're really not. They don't really know anything about music. They follow hip-hop in a political way, okay? So they know about hip-hop, but they don't know about music, and they're speaking on music. They're speaking on Ye. And I agree with Kanye when he says, they be strategizing to harm me. They are strategizing. They don't even know it because they just play this game of follow the leader, and it's now turned into an openly... it first turned into like they were tiptoeing around saying they hate Kanye. Now it's just on every show, Kanye is whack. And I wonder how that's going to rub off on all these impressionable idiots that listen to these shows. Because they kind of just, especially in the hip-hop world, it seems like almost everybody plays follow the leader. Nobody really knows what they like, and it all is based on hype. Like hip-hop people are almost identical to sneakers in how they're discussed and released and then, pushed to the side when the hype is dead. And what they're forgetting is the music part, almost. It's all about the hype. And I wanted to show you some of these things. These people strategizing to harm him. I almost want to run into Kanye and go, no, listen, don't listen to those people. It's true, they are strategizing to harm you. Joe Budden, 3837. Look how Joe Budden is just a real piece of shit. I was interested in this guy before. He's just an asshole now. He really is just a jealous...
Ass beat by the bathroom.
A jealous little asshole. We're going to jump to, let's see. This is his new show. His new show is terrible, by the way. I left a comment on here. Oh, it's not showing. But it's almost like it's shot on the deck of some futuristic ship traveling through space. And it's just not an appropriate place for Joe Budden to be. I'm going to show you a little preview here. They're going to be talking about quinoa.
Kanye West recently tweeted that Throne 2 is coming. And while I don't believe a fucking word that comes out of his mouth, I'd like to ask my panelists what they think. Do you guys think that Jay knows that Kanye is tweeting that the Throne 2 is coming?
What an asshole.
Well, Kanye did it.
I don't believe a word that's coming out of his mouth. Why? Why did it so quickly turn into that? You can't... Why do you got to hold him to the standards of just a regular man?
Tweet that Throne 2 featuring Kanye and Jay-Z is coming. He just said Throne 2.
Throne is Kanye and Jay-Z, though.
But... that doesn't necessarily. You see movies all the time. They come out with part 2s and part 3s, and they don't have the same actors necessarily.
The Throne may have changed to Kanye.
The name of their group together is the Throne, though. Like, you think he just kicked him half the...
Why are they in an X-Men supervillain?
Exactly.
Giant lair?
This is where Professor X puts on that helmet and gets into people's futures. It really is just an inappropriate set, and you can hear the echo. Joe Budden's angry... yelling voice does not work good with an echo. And I gotta say, all these hip-hop shows, you got that other one with Peterman, what's his name? I always forget his name. Because there's Peter Rosenberg.
Yes.
The Jew. And they've all turned into this negative, know-nothing bashing of legends. And it's funny, in a world where they hate Kanye West... Now, they hate Kanye West, but they love XX. Sorry about this. I got to figure out how to deactivate that. In a world where they love XXXTentacion, and these people that wield weapons and get into it, like, who's the other guys?
Young Thug and Offset or both.
These people are getting arrested every day. These people are complete garbage, know-nothing black people that really don't have a brain in their head. and they love them, but they hate Kanye West now all of a sudden. Okay? And then finally I will add, these discussions that they have, again, not to offend black people, but these black people that they pick for these talk shows, they're not very good. They don't seem to be smart enough to really have these conversations. And some of the stuff you hear, and it really is across the board on every hip-hop show now, they're just spouting nonsense. And I wonder how that's going to affect the whole game. Let's hear some more.
They're thrown out and just got a new dude?
Yeah.
Who is it then?
I don't know who he thinks. I think it should be Kendrick Lamar, not Kanye.
Kendrick and Kanye?
No. Kanye should be kicked out. I don't even think he deserves to be on the throne at this very moment. What he's putting out, what he's putting out is mediocre.
The raps aren't good.
What's he doing? Lil
the raps aren't good. But you like XXXTentacion. Like, the people they like are 100 times worse in anybody's opinion. You know, and that's what's so incredible about it.
Watch the Throne, Kim, all of this attention-seeking bullshit, and now the attention is taken away from. Now I'm not even thinking if he's on his meds anymore, because that's what I was thinking a few months ago when his wife was coming out saying, "Hey, leave him alone."
I'm even getting tricked into the seriousness. You know, that's the other thing about hip hop radio. It's like a deposition. They all sit there with these faces. Nobody's smiling. Nobody's ever having fun. And it's all so serious. You know, somebody needs to, like, shake Joe Budden out of it and go, dude, you're talking about rap music, for God's sakes. Lighten the fuck up, because he's kind of setting the tone, I think, ever since Joe Budden came around. All hip-hop discussion shows have kind of turned into this negative, dark, angry thing as if they're talking about politics.
I'm saying he's crazy. And then the next tweet said, hey, he's not taking his meds. And then every tweet he said he's not taking his meds. When it comes to Kanye, I don't give a fuck about none of this entertainment, smoke and mirrors shit. Are you okay? That's it. Are you okay? Nothing about his behavior tells me that he's okay. And if he thinks Watch the Throne is going to get me to give a fuck about him being all right, no, my nigga, I got that album. I got that album and it's great. I also got you and Cuddy. I got you and enough niggas. You done fucked enough albums up recently. What? I want to know about you.
So what will it take for you?
What does that even mean?
None of these shenanigans.
They don't know what they want. You know, it's just like kids whining. It reminds me of those H3 fans, you know, which I think is just a disgusting display. You know, H3 doesn't want to make videos. We demand our videos. We need our skit. But that's not actually making them happy. You know, that they need to watch fake, scripted little 2-minute videos every day. If they don't get their fix of videos, they're going to turn on their favorite creators. It's disgusting. And we're kind of watching this happen everywhere. These turns. And people kind of taking out their own boredom on the creators. And that's what I see it is. I see people, they're like not understanding why that they're not fulfilled constantly. And they think back to a time when times were a little easier. They think back to their teens. Oh, you know, when Kanye put out Graduation, that's when life was good. It's the same fucking nonsense. You know what I mean? It's no different. It's no different now. But they're thinking back to a simpler time, and what they're craving for is that simpler time before they were so agitated, before they were so confused. You know? I think that's what they're really longing for.
Off of Kanye and the shenanigans. I'm off of Nicki and the shenanigans. I'm off of M and the shenanigans. I'm off of all of these disconnected, out-of-touch entertainers that are doing nothing but clinging on to these young niggas clout chasing. They're not doing nothing. Kanye was a genius last decade. Let's keep it a buck. The music has been under par.
Yeah. So who should be on the throne? You and who else?
You. They not ready. They not ready. Reminisce.
Listen to that audio, huh? In that giant deck of the Starship Budden. Man, do I hate that echo. You know, he didn't need this giant, terrible room. He's done it wrong twice. On his own podcast, he sits on that little couch with those two assholes. And then on this, he sits on this in this huge room. You know, you got to meet somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, no, I don't know who should be on the throne, but I'm not just necessarily running to Kanye should be there.
But I do agree with what you were saying, like, you know, as far as it tends to seem like that. Like a lot of times where you see these artists who have these huge names and been out for a while, and then you see them linking up with the newer artists that are out and that are moving now.
Him and 6ix9ine look nasty, my nigga.
Yes.
And not because of 6ix9ine.
I think it's the selection that artists are choosing to go with, and it's starting to seem like, oh, you're only doing that because they got to
mind your own business. How about that, Joe Budden? I don't know. If you're anti-Kanye and all these people, should you really be hosting a hip-hop show if you're anti-Kanye?
Plus, he was just like, I've had enough with this Kanye bullshit and Nicki's bullshit and Eminem's bullshit. It's like, oh, so all the fun things
Yeah.
you hate,
What do you want? You just want
so
J. Cole
serious?
talking about how he was institutionalized in black crime statistics? I mean, no, that's that other guy. Yeah, I mean, really, they're so lost. They don't know what they want. And they're only going to give credit to people. It's so funny because they love XXXTentacion. They're afraid to go after those new mumble rappers because the kids all like them. Okay? So they pretend that they like them, but at the same time, all that they're saying that they need is, J. Cole style of lyricism where it's got to be talking about sitting on the steps and coming up in the projects. Like, fuck all that. That's not a vibe anymore.